All right, Shawn Porter, FightHype.com here, right after the Porter Way podcast is wrapped up. Which episode was that, Shawn?
Episode 3.
Okay.
Yeah, man, this is the 3rd episode. Couple things, man. The Inside PBC boxing show wasn't coming back, or isn't coming back right now, as of, at the least. And me wanting to do something like this in general for some time, and honestly, man, God just blessed me and it happened at the right time. So I think I'm in a position right now where this is really what I want to do. And I got 2 great guys with me right here that not only have I known for a long time, but I know they have a lot to offer.
Carson, show your eyes, man.
Yeah.
There we go. The lid's low. The lid's low. Yeah. Go ahead.
They have a lot to offer this show. And I trust them, they trust me. And we got a couple other guys that are involved with the program.
Yes, Mr. Ryan Hafey over there. DDA.
DDA, Cleveland Zones.
This is Mr. PBC for people who don't know.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's actually Al Heyman.
Yeah. Oh, right. It's actually
Yeah.
he looks different in person.
That's Al's cousin.
No, but Shawn, all jokes aside, man, that was a great show.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Coming here, I was like, we can either interview before or we can interview after. These guys know my biggest thing is I'm a team player, so they know that there's never going to be a point where I'm gonna, not that I'm gonna outshine them or anything like that, but they just know that I'm not gonna leave them out at any point, especially when I have the choice or the opportunity not to leave them out. So
They're not just props.
Yeah, man. I was like, you know what? Let me You want to interview me about the fight and the podcast? Why don't we just do it when the guys are here, you know? And I'll be honest with you, man. I knew that you'll be hanging out with us. Just we'll say that. So we'll leave it at that. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
No. Carson and Anthony, man, both of you guys. For people, I know the episode premieres on Tuesday, but no bullshit. That you guys were really good, but better than some guys who went to school for it and their podcasts are boring. But it was some good stuff.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing with podcasts in general is just the conversation. And I've known Shawn since I was in 8th grade, so just the conversation there. I know Ant well for 5 years now, so I think anytime you can talk about something that you like and you're passionate about with people that you know, and that it's not just you say this, it's something where we have laughs, we have conversations, we have back and forth, we disagree, we agree, but that's what makes the podcast rock.
Carson, do you feel safe because Anthony's a big dude, and then you got Shawn who's been champion? Do you feel safe saying exactly what you feel?
Oh, this
yeah, no, for sure. I'm not one. Ant is the guy that's gonna say crazy stuff. But no, I think I think we say what we want to Shawn, so I think that is always a good laugh. But I think as long as you're not coming from a place where you're very specifically hating on someone, Skip Bayless and LeBron James, shots the GOAT comes to mind, but where you have an agenda of hating on people. So I think if you watch a boxing match and you feel a certain way and you say it in a professional, courteous manner, I don't have any issue with that. I don't think boxers do either.
Yeah, Anthony, you didn't mince words. That was good stuff.
Hey man, I'm just here to keep it real, basically. Hey, so I know we got a wild group text. If you think this is wild, you should see our group text. I mean, we've been keeping it real with Shawn since day one. I've been knowing Shawn about 6-7 years, and me and Carson ended up meeting. We clicked. This is how we talk outside.
Right.
And I mean, it's even worse than this, like I said. But we have a good time. Good friends, a good time, just good conversation. And we just try to keep it real. 100 all times.
The thing with me in this podcast is it's more strategic than I think a lot of people would even know. Even though these are some of my best friends and we've known each other for a long time and things like that. Carson went to the Ohio School of Broadcasting, a school that I actually had anticipating attending before the career and everything else took me out west and so on and so forth. And then he's been doing podcasts for a number of years, but he went to Ohio School of Broadcasting. He graduated there at least 12 years ago.
No, good.
No, 10?
I didn't even graduate high school 12 years ago.
Oh shit!
I graduated. I was probably out of there 6 or 7 years ago. I've been here.
That's
5.
it?
I've been here 5 years.
All right, then. Yeah. Well, you got 7 years of that
experience,
that field. You know what
sure.
I mean? And then Anna over there has been doing podcasting for the high schools football programs all around Nevada, not just Las Vegas, but all around Nevada. He even keeps up with California, Florida, New York.
I come from the school of old black uncles keeping it real.
Yeah, so
I love that school. What a great school that is.
It's hard knocks too.
School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
So it's definitely more strategic than just, hey, let me put a podcast together and use some people to talk to. I didn't want to do it by myself. And I talk to these guys. I know for myself, I have a future and a career in broadcasting on different networks and things like that. And I know that eventually delivering the news and being a great analyst is what I hope to be, and a great commentator is what I hope to be. But upon all that, if I'm not working on my craft, then I'm gonna stay stagnant. So that was another part of this podcast, was being able to just kind of work on it while I'm waiting for Fox to call me, waiting on other networks to call me to do those gigs that I love to do.
Shawn, and you guys too, if you could chime in, what do you think that, a lot of professional athletes, once they get good money, good success, they kind of like yes men around them, and they almost don't like, they don't like people still talking to them like a normal person, but it seems like that's the last thing you'd want. Like yeah.
You know what, for me, I always tell people, God put the right people in my life. I don't have anybody coming after me for money. I don't have anybody coming after me asking me for favors. I don't have anybody just expecting me to do things. We watch football over here just about every Sunday morning, the Browns, and literally this happened today. His cousin, one of my other great friends, Drew, I get food. We hang out, but he sat down and he said, "Yo, SP, thanks for the food." For me, if he had never said thanks, it would have been no big thing, because in my mind it's no big thing. But for him to acknowledge that we're always doing everything together, and they're always appreciative whenever they kick in, whenever I kick in, so on and so forth.
Crazy,
that's
man.
what I have around me.
Crazy, I didn't offer the Starbucks today either.
No, and he offered Starbucks,
That's crazy.
so
For that, but
but that's what's around me. I think Ant probably is the only one that focuses on, let me be a shitty dude to this dude, to let him know that I love him, and being when I'm being shitty to you, that's just me letting you know that I love you. Like, I don't be.
Like, you ain't special. I'll be shitty to you
I don't be
too.
understanding it. I go back at him too, and then I'll be like, man, that was kind of hard. I shouldn't have did that, But
back. Hey, the way he go back is disrespectful, man. Like, he hurt my feelings real. I'm 6'4", this guy be really hurting my feelings. He a wild boy.
He was like, you don't have a guy.
Yeah, man.
He's like, you know a guy, you don't have a guy.
Yeah.
No, Joe, we was hanging out the other day, and he went at one of my guys, and my guy's he's just done with it. He's like, yo, Shawn, give me something I could go at him with. Hey, hold up. Don't ask him, because he goes straight for the throat. And I think he knew what I was thinking about when I was going to give you something to go at him with. I sat back, I was like, ooh, that's not funny. Nah, I shouldn't do that, So I go for the throat.
Competition for Shawn.
Yeah.
Everything's a competition.
Yeah.
So,
but let me say this. Everybody knows that about me. Everybody knows that I'm probably one of the most competitive people they'll ever meet. The ladies were over here the other day cooking, and they were talking about how they can't cut vegetables. And they were talking about how Amanda went to a cooking class or something like that. Y'all did something. And the lady was showing her how to cut and all that kind of stuff. So I overheard the conversation.
shout out to Amanda.
Yeah, I overheard the conversation. I said, hey, y'all want to know what's funny? I said, y'all know how competitive I am. I said, I used to couldn't cut vegetables, onions for shit. I said, I came in the kitchen one day and I saw my wife. I said, I saw Leticia cutting one day and she was getting down. I said, from that day on, I cut like a boss now. And they said, what, you watch a video or something like that? I said, nope. I said, I saw her cut good, and after that, I just got on a whole nother level. But like, that's how I am,
I had no clue at any point where that story was going. It started off like a Miracle Blade promo.
But it's everything. I mean,
I know how to turn it off.
It's like,
it's almost a problem.
Yeah.
Like in our everyday life.
Yeah.
It's almost a problem.
She brought a new rug home. I looked at her sister. I said, did she settle? She said, no, she liked that one. I said, but did she settle?
Mm-hmm.
So But you can't like. There's no settling with me. You know what I mean? Everything is like.
You need the green Porsche.
Yeah.
You need the green
no,
Porsche.
I don't. I don't. I love it though.
We had trips where we come. Tell them about the trip.
Oh man! All right, this is the last one, and then we'll get back to some real stuff. So we're going to San Diego. Everybody's driving. He decided he want to leave at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm like, all right, I gotta leave at 5:30 in the morning. Hopefully we get on the highway together and we can roll out together. But in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, whoever get on the highway first, go get there. My wife is upstairs doing her makeup, and that's what took her so long to leave. So they got on the road about 6 o'clock, and we didn't get on the road until about 6:30. And the whole drive, I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna catch these dudes. I'm gonna catch them, right? So I'm periodically texting them to let them know where we at, the ETA, all that kind of stuff. He tell me, hey, ETA, they stopped one time, and when they stopped, I swear to God, when they stopped, I was like, I got them, right? Then I had to make a stop. And I was like, I was sad. I was salty. I'm like, oh man, they gonna get there before me.
It's a real problem.
It's everything. Yeah, it's a problem.
Were you like, dude, I'm just driving. I'm just driving.
He said he told me.
I told him. I'm saying I know Shawn's trying to catch me. I know mentally he has a problem. He has a real problem. I don't know how we're gonna settle this in 3 or 4 years when he retire. I don't know. It's gonna be a real problem.
Right.
Like he's that crazy dad at his kids' football games. That's wilding. He's that guy.
That's what you're gonna do at Shaddai's games when he plays football.
Well, I got one of my good friends. He says he always, hey man, I have to remind you he's only 2, because sometimes sometimes I do expect more out of him. I think at this point, but he's super smart and very athletic. So I know that me as a dad, I'm not gonna have a problem seeing my son flourish and helping him flourish without overdoing it and without doing too little. I think that seeing and experiencing how my dad raised me, I think I always wanted somewhere in the middle.
Right.
And I always got over the top, and even to this point now I get over the top. But everybody I tell that to, they say, hey, well that made you who you are. And I'm
right.
like, yep. I'm like, there was definitely times where I hated it and where I wished it wasn't the way it was, but I'm 33 now, man, and I could never have wanted it to be any different.
Take someone kind of special to withstand it this whole time, right? Yeah. Like you said, if your last name isn't Porter, it's almost like there's a Porter way or something.
I like that.
He spent many a night crashing with us back in the day. So I think he at times was figuring out the balance as how much do I need to be around this all the time.
Right. You got him to play Halo too, right? Isn't that right back then?
Yeah, Shawn is. I'll say this. I was talking about how competitive Shawn is. He is absolutely horrendous at every video game. There is not one single video game that he's good at. Every one he's terrible.
I broke controllers growing up for throwing them. My mom would tell me I couldn't play the games. I'm just terrible at video games.
Yeah, you stick to real life.
Yeah, I stick to real life.
Leave the games to us. Leave the games to me.
There you go.
All right. Anthony, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
What's up, Carson?
Yo.
We got the whole crew live, ready to go live on air right now on the Porter Way broadcast. Thanks for having us, Shawn.
You got it.
I'm going to give a little shine to Ryan Hafey, Mr. PBC, Mr. Porter Way.
Is that cool?
Other man right here.
No.
DD.
What's up, man? What's going on? All right.
DDA.
DDA.
2 D's in the A.
There you go.
Who's that?
It started from Darwin Dallas Page.
Is he in yoga now?
Yeah, he's a big yoga guy.
Shawn, are you excited to embark on the Joe Rogan Experience of Boxing podcast?
I want to do that again. You want to start it over?
Yeah, I want to do it again.
Okay.
All right, showtime.